So last night I had what would probably be best characterized as a meltdown. Shortly after I turned out the lights and was just kind of laying there thinking whatever I was thinking, it was almost like a panic attack. I don't know if that was exactly what it was, but I just started crying, like snotty, sobbing, crying. And I was like, okay, first of all, again, with my whole thing with pharmaceuticals, as needed is a concept I need to get my head around and realize that maybe I need to take the Xanax nightly because I've been having, some increased anxiety at night. I think that's sort of like you're alone with your thoughts kind of thing. And so, okay, accept it. And, like whatever consequences there are to taking something like that regularly, which I don't really know, but that's always the kind of thing that I'm afraid of. I'll deal with that later. Right now, this is what I need. But it made me think about the concept of acute versus chronic. And for most of my life, up until my mid-30s, the only time I ever really, went to a doctor was in an acute situation. Strep throat, so, which I had 4 times a year till I was 14, and then finally had my tonsils out. Or, there was the memory. There was the time I jumped off the trampoline and landed on a rake. My sister landed in the yard. I think I was 10 at the time. And so I had to go to the emergency room and get stitches and such. So, there's those kinds of things, right? So, for most of my life, something like that happens. It's, something that gets fixed. It's something that goes away. And then, but when I was in my mid-30s, so like in 2010, I woke up in the middle of the night in the most excruciating pain I had ever felt. Like the first time I'd ever called an ambulance kind of thing. And it turns out that I had extruded and herniated disc, like L3, L4, L4, L5, and L5S1. So lower back extruded. I couldn't even walk. Like I had to walk like completely bent over. Like you see these kind of in movies, like people twist their back or whatever, and that was me. I had to go get like an epidural pain shot. I went to this highly specialized sports medicine doctor in Chicago who had he worked on all the famous athletes and had like the most advanced stuff. At that time, I had amazing insurance and access to really, really amazing healthcare. So I didn't know it at the time how good I had it compared to what's probably typical. So for probably more than a year, I could not sit in anytime I went to any meeting, everybody just understood Aurora is going to be standing in the meeting. It was weird at first, but everybody got used to it. I literally couldn't even sit. I had to have a special like kneeling chair in my office. I was going to the chiropractor as many as 3 times a week for a while. And what I learned from that is that this is chronic. It will get better, but I will deal with it for the rest of my life. And so it took some time, right? And there was a lot of pain meds at the beginning and years of PT. Like I went through a lot of PT at first, but then, like a year would pass, I'd be doing pretty good, but then something would just start to I'd have a lot of pain again. So I would go through another round of PT. And so I learned that was just became my routine. And finally it reached a place of maintenance where I could go to the chiropractor every couple of weeks, which is now what my standard practice typically is, every 2, 3, maybe sometimes 3 weeks. I get maybe, at one point I was able to, through my insurance, get a weekly massage. Oh my God. And so anyway, In the last few years, I get, I don't know, 4 to 6 per year, maybe. Um, and if my insurance covered it, I'd get them weekly. So this is, chronic maintenance, right? This is and you just learn. That's what you learn to do. And so I learned to appreciate being proactive about pain management, health management, um, just listening to what my body was trying to tell me, being preemptive about things as much as I could. I'm not perfect about that, but so I learned how to take control, like have some level of control about that. And what I realized last night is that it's been 1 week since I've seen any kind of doctor. It's another week before chemo starts. I'm still dealing with the swelling. It's definitely better, but still dealing with it. And so I feel like I'm in limbo. I feel helpless. I feel like I have no control, like I'm not doing anything to help myself. And I had the in-home massage a couple of nights ago, which was great, but all things like that are temporary, right? They're not like, they don't fix everything. They're great, and they really helped me jump to like a next level of feeling better. But I think what I'm realizing is like, I can't go to chemo next week and then just sit around for 3 weeks till the next chemo session, and then sit around for the 3 weeks. I mean, I don't know how I'm going to feel. Sitting around just seems like the only option I have. There might be a little bit of work I still do, but like we're talking, very limited hours, and only if I really can, right? And so I realized, like, you're going to need to have something else going on at the same time. You have to be doing massage therapy, whatever. And I think before I had thought, well, my immune system's going to be weak, and I'm just like, I can't leave the house or something. It's like, well, yeah, your immune system's going to be weak, and you've got masks, and you can take precautions, but you don't have to like be confined to your house. Like, I mean, until I've been like, legitimately warned that I have to do that or something. And people are going to visit me, but again, I'm going to wear a mask and do the things I need to do. So I started researching this morning, nearby, like holistic, naturopathic kind of clinics and such, so that I can go get acutherapy, infrared sauna, hydrotherapy, whatever, massage therapy, just something to make me feel like I am taking a proactive part in this, and that while the chemo helps this one part of me, there's still all the rest of me. There's still my mind and my heart. So psychologically, I need to be in a strong place. There's still like, my arms feel my arms are getting so skinny, and it's just like, I mean, part of it is I'm just not eating a whole lot. I'm eating enough. Like, I don't like, nobody please worry about that. Like, I'm eating enough, but because of all the like fat suit situation, I don't feel like, I don't want to eat more. Like, I just don't feel, first of all, I don't have like a huge appetite, but I also just feel like it's almost like I've gained weight. So I'm like, it kicks in automatically. Like, well, you need to lose weight. But I don't know really what my body is. I don't know what it is right now. So I don't know what my actual weight is right now. So anyway, but I need to, like some of the pain I'm feeling right now is just from sitting around and being in weird positions and being on a soft bed and stuff. Those things can be addressed while the chemo is addressing the tumors inside of me, the cancer inside of me. So, I feel good that I have that realization that is something I can proactively do, make some appointments and figure that out, and start to feel like I have a little more control and I have more options. And I think that's going to do a lot for me physically and mentally. So And I also feel like it kind of like, I feel like I've turned a corner where I've come out of this place of being too numb to research or think about things. I finally feel like it's all starting to settle in enough that I can start to do that. And a dear friend actually sent me a couple of books through digital through Amazon, and so I started just like reading a little bit of one this morning that's about someone in her cancer journey. And please don't send me 100 books about people going through cancer. Like I was excited, I'm excited to read this one. I feel like it's going to really resonate. And so just even being willing to start reading a book like that is a big step in where I'm at in all of this. And so I'm going to start to make some small steps to help myself in that regard. And hopefully no more meltdowns, but I have a lot of grace for myself. Sometimes you need a good meltdown.